So my name's Mike Wamaya. I'm a dance teacher in Kibera slums. And I've been teaching dance for the past 10 years. I was once a professional dancer, and I decided to quit to focus mainly on teaching dance. And today we're going to talk about 18 hours of dance a year and the challenges our public schools are facing in terms of triggering creativity into our children. So within our public schools, for those who know it, we have one of the biggest problem ever is most of our classrooms are overcrowded. And on top of that, the ratio of the teacher to student is really devastating. So we have like one teacher to like 60 or sometimes 40 students. And this is so hard to so many of us who could not pick things up academically. It gets so hard and so tough. And in that process, we tend to lose a lot of children on the wayside. Those who cannot cram for the exams are out. Those who cannot study so hard are out. And these have been a very key challenge that we've focused so much on our curriculum, giving it 100% of our time within our schools. So try doing some calculation, and I found out that we literally are giving 7,200 minutes to each and every subject per year. 7,200 minutes per year for each and every of those subjects. And what if we can change that a bit? How do we get to develop children who are lifelong learners? How do we get to develop children who understand that literally practice makes perfect and failing is also part of life? How do we develop children who understand the space where they are in, and also they understand the space that belongs to other people who are standing right next to them? And they understand that we need to treat that space with respect and dignity. How do we do that? With all these challenges that we have to focus so much on academics, well, then we have a solution within our foundation. And I've been teaching, and this is what I found out. If we can just give our schools 3% of that a year, 3%, dedicate 3% of that to creative activities within schools, 3% of that time dedicated to either dancing or music or any form of creative activities, we would be able to have all these children that we are losing on the wayside flip back and start performing academically. In my years as a teacher, I've seen a lot of flip in children. I've seen children, in as much as they're developing their 21st century skills, we are also developing like empathy and kindness within them. And it's working so well because now children get to understand how to take care of their fellow neighbors. They get to understand how to treat other people next to them. And yeah, so that's my school. So children get to understand how to treat others with respect and how to respect their neighbors, how to respect their parents. And most on top of it all is how to respect themselves. Anyway, they get to understand how to respect themselves because that is the key tool we need for survival. So within our center, we've also done a lot of activities whereby we did set up a very big performance called Voices of Kibera. And Voices of Kibera brought together like 120 children from different schools across Kibera. And we had a very lovely performance. But what really triggered a lot of questions within our community was, how did we get to design those ballet costumes in Kibera? How did we get to design all those ballet shoes in Kibera? Besides just dancing now, the children are now creating job opportunities to some of their parents who are very good at making shoes. And for the first time, we're having shoes that are designed in Kibera and are ready to be shipped abroad for those children who want to dance. And yeah, we need to clap for that, yeah? Yeah. And one of the key things we always emphasize within our dance program is be able to dream and be able to strive for whatever you want to. So I was so privileged that one of my students, she's now doing her 4th year of high school education at a national school of Kenya. And her name is Flavia. And Flavia was so broken as a child when I met her when she was only 6 years old. And Flavia was so broken in terms of a lot of violence that was going around her. And in some point, She could come to school and could not even talk to anyone. And every time she wanted to get attention in terms of who to talk to, but no one was willing, because we are like on a marathon race, because everyone has to strive to pass her exams or his exams. And so we almost lost Flavian. And in that process, I met Flavian and I asked her, like, would you be interested in joining our dance program? And so she joined us. And gradually, Flavian started dancing from behind, and now she's going towards the front, and she became like one of our biggest dance ballerinas in Kibera. And as we speak now, Flavian is striving so hard to become a neurosurgeon. And one of the key things she says drives her and gives her the passion of doing it is that she wants to be an example to so many other girls living in Mathare and in Kibera that it's actually possible to dream. Luckily, within our network in Facebook, we've managed to get a neurosurgeon and connected that neurosurgeon to Flavian. And Flavian now understands how to focus, how to be herself, and how to strive for what she believes in. So we do hope that the sky is the limit for her, and even though she will not make it as a neurosurgeon, but she will come back to her community to influence it. And so the story of Flavian is just like, but one of many other stories that we are having within our foundation and our center. And we've managed to develop like all-rounded children, children that can interact with space, children that can understand what respect is really about, and children can really understand what dignity is. And her story is just one of the many stories that we conduct within Project Elimu, and one of the biggest puzzles that we need to put together if we are striving to make this world a better place. Thank you guys so, so much.